Hey my beauties, and welcome back to kind of like a part 2 of the video that you just seen before this, but I actually wrote the questions down, and it's more of like a Q&A rather than a get to know me. I think as far as like trying to get to know me, I think you guys can just get to know me by how I act on a video. And I don't want to throw so much at you guys all at once, like this is what it's, this is about me and this is who I am and blah 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 blah. I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to give you guys too much information and you guys be bored out of your minds with what I'm talking about. So I'd rather just kind of take it slow and give you guys a little bit about me. So the first thing and the only thing that you really should know about me right now is my name, which is Kiara Simone. And sorry if you see a glare. I gotta have my glasses on. I'm sorry about the glare that you might see if I look up a little bit. So I'm gonna try to look like this for the duration of the video, and sometimes I may mess up like I just did, but bear with me. So I have all of my questions written down on this little notebook of things that I think are pretty interesting I think are pretty interesting questions to ask, and I think by these questions you guys are kind of going to get to know who I am and kind of understand my morals and certain things that I don't like and certain things that I do like, and kind of get to know me in that way as well, as far as other than me just telling you a bunch of different facts about me and you guys really don't know my personality. And I want to spread as much love and also spread as much, just kind of give off as much as I can through this camera, because giving you guys facts, I'm just telling you guys things instead of you actually seeing them. So without further ado, I'm going to just read the questions, answer them. I guess it's going to be kind of like a Q&A video more than a facts video, but as I read the questions, you guys are going to really understand who I am. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Anyways, the first question is, what brings you the most joy? I'm a big family girl. I'm a huge family person. I went through a period in my life where I was not around my family for a while because I was so wrapped up in being with my boyfriend, and I can talk about this now because it's old news and I'm over that, but there was a season in my life where I was just all focused on my boyfriend, and yeah, I was just so wrapped up in having a boyfriend, so wrapped up in always being with my boyfriend at the time. Well, he's now my husband, but I was so wrapped up in being around him that I kind of lost grasp of what family really means. And family is always going to be there for you no matter what. People have so much hate to say about family, but when it comes to your immediate family, family is there for you. They are there for you. So to anybody that is going through hard times when it comes to your family, or you don't want to be around your family, just take a step back and say, hey, if I was to leave, if my friends were all to say I'm not going to be your friend anymore, who would you really have? You would have your parents. We're talking about immediate family here. We're not talking about third, fourth cousin removed or whatever the case is. We're talking about your immediate family, your parents, your siblings, your grandparents, and your first cousins. This is like the immediate family, the family that comes together for Christmas, like that family that, like, your family. My family brings me joy. When I say family, I mean my parents, my siblings, my fiance, husband. Those are the people that bring me the most joy. God brings me joy outside of my family. God is always the number one person in my life. And just having those people, they bring me the most joy, and they make me content with my life. If nothing ever was to happen ever again, having those people in my life, my family, my immediate family, not throwing shade to my, long distance family and, other cousins, but my immediate family is what makes me the most happy and brings me the most joy. Best and worst part of my personality, I'm very sensitive. And I'm easily taken advantage of, but I'm also someone who has a big heart, and I want to always help everyone when it comes to them having an issue, whether it's money, whether it's just you wanting to talk about something. I think the best or worst part of my personality is I'm so caring, and I'm easily taken advantage of, and I always allow people to walk over me. I think that just kind of sums it up. How would the perfect partner treat me? I have him already. That is Brandon Jaleel Spears. Is the perfect partner for me. But I think the perfect partner, I lost my page. I think the perfect partner for me would be somebody who is a family person and understands me. I think that would be the perfect partner. Someone who is understanding, someone who loves God. I am a Christian. And every time I say I'm a Christian, or every time I say, you know, I am someone who is a believer of God, it's always like, oh, you're Mormon, or you're somebody who you can't do anything. That's not true. I'm a believer of God. I am very active in my ministry. I do a lot of stuff in my ministry that people probably don't even know that I do. And sometimes I'm shocked by the things that I'm doing in my ministry, but definitely he has to be a man of God. And that doesn't mean he's walking around with the Bible every day. That just means that he's trying to live a better life, and he's not making crazy decisions and not doing stuff out of the will of God. He prays, and I think God really truly blessed me with this one. So I got a keeper, y'all. I got me a keeper. I'm not gonna answer that question. Who inspires me? I honestly believe that my little sister inspires me, and every time a person asks me that question, I always say my little sister, because my little sister is someone who is very blunt and bold, and she tells you what's on her mind, and she's not going to do something that she doesn't want to do, and she's not going to go somewhere that she doesn't want to go, and she's very blunt, she's very honest, she's very vocal, and that is something that I have struggled with sorry guys, sorry. That is something that I've always struggled with when it came to just me. I've never been vocal. I've never been someone who, I've never been outspoken, and she is very outspoken. She's very vocal. She inspires me to be more vocal, to be more outgoing, to not care what anybody's gonna think, because she doesn't care what anybody thinks, and she does what she wants. And honestly, I can honestly say, outside of a celebrity, outside of you know, my mom, because my mom inspires me as well, my little sister definitely inspires me, because she knows what she wants, and that has been something that I've struggled with for so long in my life, is not really knowing what I want, and I've always been such an indecisive person. So knowing what I want, and knowing who I want to be, and knowing what path I want to go, you know, obviously outside of praying to God and asking him to, you know, direct my path, my sister knows exactly what she wants. She knows what she wants to do. And I feel like I've made so many mistakes, and I don't regret anything I've done, but I feel like if I would have not been so indecisive and known exactly what I wanted to do, I may have not made those mistakes that I did make. And yeah, just my sister inspires me, my little sister. Strangest habit as a child, I used to eat powder. I'm not gonna tell you what else I did, because y'all probably look at me weird, like, so I'm not gonna tell you guys the other weird thing I used to do, but I used to eat powder, and I used to smash some powder, like the whole bottle, just like I used to smash some powder. I used to just take it to the head, like take it, you know, I used to put it in my hand and just kind of like lick it. And then I'm crazy. I used to like roll up a piece of paper and like act like I was smoking the powder. But I didn't like inhale it. I just kind of like, I don't know. Don't look at me weird, because all of y'all ate some powder before, okay? All of y'all ate some powder. I just went to the next level of eating it, and I just didn't stop for a long time. I probably stopped eating powder probably when I was like 10 or 11. I know, it's strange, but yeah. What was your first kiss like? It was very nasty and very sloppy, and I was 13. I was 13 years old, and it was at my cousin's house. She lived in the city, and she had a few friends over, and I was spending the night, if you know what that means. I was at her house for like 2 or 3 weeks, and she invited some guys over and some friends, like some of her friends, and we were watching a movie. He started like rubbing on my leg, and we just started making out, and we was kissing for a long time, but it was so nasty. His breath stinked, and I don't even remember his name. So my first kiss was horrible. Yeah, it was just nasty. It was nasty. So don't even remember my first kiss. I hope you guys remember it, because I wish I remember it. I always say BJ was my first kiss because it was just like amazing how I gotta tell y'all that story later, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all that story later because that's a juicy story. Anyways, think of my mouth? No, I don't. Achievements before I die. I think this is the last question that I'm going to end off with, because this one is a very deep and just like question, because nobody ever wants to talk about passing away, which it has to happen for everybody. It has to happen. I think my achievement before I go to heaven is I want to make sure that I've made a legacy for my children and my grandchildren. And I know everyone says that, and everyone always says, I want my kids to be good, I just want everybody to be good. But there's nothing like growing up in a household where you struggled. And I didn't experience too much struggle because my dad always had a job. My mom always, my dad always made it happen. And I think I'm so grateful to have a father that always provided and always gave us what we needed, not what we wanted, because sometimes our phones will be off and we wouldn't be able to talk on the phone, or sometimes gas would be off and we would have to use stovetop grills or whatever. So I know what it feels like to struggle, and I know what it feels like to have the finer things in life too. And I know for a fact I don't want my kids to go through that and not have finer things in life. So I think I just want my family to be good. I just want everybody to be Gucci and good, and not have to go without your gas being off, or go without the Comcast or your phones being off, because as a kid that is like the end of the world. Like that is hell. So yeah, I just don't want my family to be set, and I want to please God at the end of the day. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys kind of see my personality through the camera, just like shedding my personality through. This will be not the last video. I promise you this will not be the last video. But I thank you all for taking a few minutes, 13 minutes almost, to just sit back and say, hey, I kind of like this light-skinned girl that talks a lot and has a very high-pitched voice and talks really fast. Kind of like her, and I think I'm gonna subscribe. So I didn't say this in my last video, but please subscribe to my channel, and please tip my shirt is kind of like throwing the light off. Please subscribe, and please tell somebody about my channel. Share, like, and comment. Tell me answer one of the questions that I talked about in this video. Let me know what your opinion is and what your response is. I would be so happy to hear your responses and your opinions. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, beauties.